left side are happy workers. They have been paid a fair wage. They have invested their premium wages in their local communities, building schools and clean water facilities. These workers on the right, no fair trade wages there. So what is fair trade? Fair trade is an alternative approach to conventional trade, which includes a partnership between the producers, those who farm, and consumers, those who eat. Producers are paid a higher wage. They get credit. They have direct selling. In turn, they promise to do certain things to get their fair trade certification, like not use harmful agrochemicals in their farming, instead using environmentally sustainable farming practices. 2, no GMOs, yes, in their food. And 3, most importantly, they prohibit the use of child slave labor. Huh? Child slave labor to farm cocoa? Yes, my friends, it is a sick, sick irony that the same chocolate that you and me and everyone is handing out to little happy trick-or-treaters at Halloween is the same chocolate that is being farmed by kids just like them in other places on our wonderful, beautiful planet, but most particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. From the June 2009 report by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development titled Regional Initiative Combating Worst Forms of Child Labor on West African Cocoa Farms. And I quote, "The International Labor Organization estimates the number of working children between 4 and 15 years of age at 191 million in 2004, of which 50 million are in sub-Saharan Africa. That's a lot of kids, baby." The ILO further estimates that 70% of those children work in agriculture. Cocoa is the region's main agricultural export. Studies show that in the Ivory Coast, the biggest producer of cocoa in the region, nearly half of all children living on cocoa farms have been engaged in at least one hazardous activity. And worst of all, some children have been trafficked from other regions of the country or neighboring countries. This practice of child enslavement is one that international conventions recognize as criminal. As if that weren't bad enough, the major manufacturers of chocolate on our glorious planet all know of these child slave labor issues and buy that chocolate anyway. The good news is that on fair trade farms, slave labor is strictly prohibited, and these farms are regularly inspected to make sure that the fair trade criteria are met. Fair trade chocolate ensures 1, no forced child labor, 2, environmentally sustainable practices and production, and 3, a fair wage paid to workers. If you want to vote for a better world with your dollars, buy fair trade certified goods.